Yes, my YouTube people, it's me, Kai 1000, coming with a video. Yes, it's where I live, by the beach, in the UK. But I'm going to come with a new revelation. Well, not a new revelation. I've been away for a little while, and I want to talk about time travel in the Bible. The Bible speaks about time travel, you know. Crazy. Anyway, let's get to it. Jesus Christ, I'm just looking where I'm going. I don't want to fall over. But yeah, Jesus Christ on the mountain with Peter, James and John at the Transfiguration in Matthew, in the book of Matthew. I think it's chapter 17 or thereabouts. They was on the mountain, alright? The Bible says that Christ was transfigured in front of Peter, James and John on the mountain. And we know that the Bible says that he turned, his face shone as the sun, and his raiment, and he turned into light. Christ turned into light. And we know from Einstein's theory, Einstein said in the early 19th century that if you travel the same speed as light, time stops. So when you go travel at the same speed of light, time stops, and you enter into eternity. So you will be in the past, present and future at the same time. So anyway, Christ turned into light, because the Bible says that God is light and in him there is no darkness at all. It's in John, 1 John somewhere. And he was talking to, when he's transfigured, he was talking to who? Elijah and Moses. Now we know that Moses saw God on top of a mountain. God spoke to Moses on top of Mount Sinai. God also spoke to Elijah in the cave. When he came to the mouth of the cave, God spoke to him. Could it be that when the apostles, Peter, James and John saw, sorry, I lost my thoughts there. When Peter, James and John saw Moses and Elijah, was it that Christ, because he was moving at the speed of light, that Christ was in eternity right then at that moment, and he was speaking to Moses and Elijah into the past and giving them the instructions. So in other words, Christ was talking to Moses, and Moses was on the mountain in the past, and he gave him the 10 Commandments. And he also was speaking to Elijah at the same time and telling him to go and anoint Elijah and go and anoint Hazel, and giving him that instruction on the mountain of Transfiguration. So when Christ transfigured, he moved at the speed of light, moved into eternity, so he was in the past, present and future at the same time, and he was talking to Moses and Elijah in the past, and Peter, James and John was seeing it. That's quite deep, isn't it? So when Moses received the 10 Commandments, he was actually receiving them from Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ was giving him the commandments from the mountain of Transfiguration in the future, in what, 30 AD, and he was giving him the commandments in 15 BC, and he was giving commandments to Elijah as well at the same time, around about about 8 or 9 BC also. So what my point is that Christ was transfigured and he was giving instructions to people in the past. It's kind of deep, isn't it? But what I'm trying to say, when I say this revelation, it's quite heavy, it's quite deep. You could disagree with me, but just put your human emotions aside and the fleshly thing aside, and think about God in his splendour and in his awesomeness. Could not that of what the truth of what happened? Because the early church remembered the Transfiguration and they saw it. It was a very, very important event. And God said to them, to the apostles, don't tell the rest of them until I have been ascended. So he said, keep it hidden until I've been ascended, until I ascend. So my point is, don't you think that's quite deep? And I just think, just have a look at it and just stretch your mind in the word a little bit. And it's very interesting. The God we serve is an awesome God. Anyway, that's me signing off from the beach. It's lovely. I'll talk to you a bit later on the next video.